Welcome to the BOWDUDES, a podcast about archery and the lives it has ruined. The BOWDUDES are not responsible for diminishing archery skills or lower IQ.
I worry about breathing.
Shut up and shoot.
And I'm totally lost. God, I keep having to remember that we're PG-13. Did Words help you with those pants?
No, he did not. I'm so glad you have yourself to crack up.
Logic and common sense will not be tolerated.
This is a very interesting podcast so far. All right, welcome back to the BOWDUDES podcast. If this is the first time you've listened in, we're just a bunch of friends sitting around a table talking about archery.
Who said we were friends?
Most nights, like tonight, that's a good buck. We're looking at bucks on the phone.
Who said we were friends?
Most nights, like tonight, we don't even have a topic.
We got a script right here.
Oh, here we got a script. Bow Diva stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right there.
All right.
We're all set. We're going to call Jesse.
Tonight we're going to talk about pros that change company. Give it any thought?
I gave it English, and that wasn't it. Give it.
Man, y'all ain't got to talk about me right in front of me.
Okay. We didn't say dum-dum. Okay, what are we going to talk about, Jack?
Well, we're going to interview Pib. Tell us.
All right, well, see you guys later.
I'm out.
I'm already
Welcome, Jesse. Whoops, I'll mark Jesse out and write in Pib. Welcome, Pib. Tell us how you got started in archery.
Hey, you got to read that like Hillary.
What got you started in ASA?
I just said read it.
What was it like to move from amateur to pro class?
You have to say that with a whole bunch of pronunciation, Jack.
Have you had any formal training or coaching?
You sure we all want
I forgot to...
You want to go there?
I forgot to...
Yeah, can you count past 3?
I forgot to introduce you. Tonight we're speaking with a special lady. Our friend and pro
Jack's
archer...
We knew that.
James Pib Frazier. James has been shooting since 2012.
Is that your new middle name?
And made a rapid ascent through the amateur ranks at ASA. She was the 2014 Shooter of the Year in Women's Hunter. Good job, Pib. In 2015, she placed second in Shooter of the Year.
I think
Way to go,
I
little
think
lady.
he needs some sleep.
Yeah,
And this year-
I'm betting so.
Yeah.
This year, she made the jump to Women's Pro. I thought it was Senior Pro. All right. The Bow Divas left their script on the table, so we were just going to go with it since we don't have a topic. But I can tell you what I've done the last 2 weeks in archery, and it's been diddly squat.
Yeah, we knew that.
So we're
You
going to
took over
on.
my spot, basically.
You wait.
No, really, he hadn't done anything.
The best part of hunting season.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. But it's a personal thing, so we'll move on.
Are you emasculated?
I am emasculated. I think I go. Never mind. Anyway,
Jump off that bridge.
If you guys
flag
could only
waving
see this.
American.
what'd you do, Gary?
I shot a lot up until they closed James A. Reed because it's open for a draw hunting right now. So hadn't been shooting a whole lot, been hunting
You can't
quite a
even
bit.
shoot the range,
No, they closed all of it.
so you can hunt the range.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
there's
pretty nice place to hunt.
Yeah, there's
Really?
deer tracks over. There's buck tracks down there all over the place.
So, are there tree stands within sight of each other?
But not you have to go in there on the 31st. You got to hang your stand and hunt it the same day.
Oh, okay.
You don't get to go
take
in
it
there
out,
and
or do
set
you get
up
to leave it for a while?
You can leave it for the period of time that you're allowed to be in there hunting.
But you can't go in and hang your stand ahead of time.
No.
Wow.
Well,
So
they may give you one day to hang it, and then you go back.
Do you have to kill a doe first?
I don't know. I didn't get drawn.
Earn a buck?
I didn't get drawn. I don't know.
Oh, did you apply?
Nope.
Oh, so that's,
That's
why
why
you
you
didn't
didn't
get
get
That's
drawn.
how I didn't get drawn.
Huh.
Fairly simple. Been hunting quite a bit. Passed on a little 10-pointer last night. But no, other than that, not much. Pib would be happy to know, Ron, that we set the bow up for, or the one that brought the bow over that was
Right.
set up right when he bought it. He shot a pretty good buck the other day.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did.
Why have I not gotten pictures?
I'll show it to you here in a minute.
Oh, so okay, I'm an afterthought.
You
Work on a guy's bow.
You set the bow up. I built the arrows, and he killed the deer.
Meet a nice dude.
Teamwork.
It was. It worked out real good.
When did he shoot this deer?
Saturday.
What day is it?
It's Wednesday.
Gary's an asshole too.
God, we've known that for a long time. You're 2 for 2. Wait till it gets to be your turn. So that was pretty much all I've done. I know Bob's been a little busy doing. I think you hunt or something, don't you?
Well, I sat in a tree. But I don't know.
With his harness.
Safety
yeah, with
vest.
my harness. I sent a picture. Yeah, I've got my harness on.
Is it tied to a tree?
Yes.
No, he just
and
wore it for
I
accessory.
can't. You know,
Been a lot of people falling this year. I've heard.
Yeah, I've heard that. Boat strap, my old boat strap.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like the strap that came with this thing to tie onto the tree, so I used my boat strap to go around the tree and then slide into my thing. And it's.
I like my
snaps.
Hunter Safety Systems rope, and it's got a Prusik knock on it,
Yep.
so you can put the rope up on the tree, and you can make it about any length you want it. Which may not be a good thing because you
get too much.
You can get too much, and you might fall a little bit.
What I like is the little sack on the side of these things that has the rope that you're supposed to tie together and hook around something and stand on to relieve the pressure of when you're hanging there. And it says, I read the instructions, believe it or not, and it says that once you relieve the pressure, step over onto your stand, which to me, you wouldn't be hanging from there if your stand was still there. But anyway, but if you can't get up on your stand, continue to use this relief rope till help comes.
Yeah.
So, fella could be there 4 or 5 days, so you need to pack lunches. But
well, they do say that will kill you too. All the blood running down to your feet. So
yeah, cutting the circulation off and all
Yep.
this. It said anything that in the instruction, anything that had a warning, make sure and read it. Every one of them had a warning sticker right beside it, so it meant for you to read the whole thing.
You followed directions, didn't you? That's pretty impressive.
But boy, I don't know. Northern Ray County, deer are pretty few and far between. Always here, you get your buck-doe ratio 1-to-1 or something like that. You're supposed to be able to rattle them in and all this stuff. Well, so far I've seen 2 does since in the last 4 or 5 days. And I've seen around 6 different bucks, and I've yet to rattle anything in. I've yet to grunt anything in. So, but yesterday, which would have been on a Tuesday, I sat till 1:00 in the afternoon and never saw a deer from my stand. And I've hunted that place for over 20 years, and it's only the 3rd time I've ever had one of them was last year, and the other time was when we had that EHD real bad. Mm-hmm. But normally I see deer on there all the time, and they're just not there. I had my camera out. I pulled a card on it. I had it out since the 23rd. Approximately 2.5 weeks. I had 20 pictures on it. So
wow,
only 2 does. Did have 2 fairly decent bucks, better bucks than what I had on the camera last year. I don't know where they're at.
Well, this is kind of what we're going to talk about later, so I guess I'll save it. But do you think the bucks are locked down with does right now, or do you think it just hadn't got started good yet?
I don't know where the
November
deer are.
9th. It's the day after Election Day.
I don't think it's kicked off very good yet. Because we're still seeing bucks together. They're not buddies, but they're not.
I think the big boys are about to start hitting it hard because all last weekend, all I saw was little bucks chasing does. Mm-hmm. And they're going to let those little guys wear them down, and then they'll come in and run those guys off, I think.
We got one little Spike that's got an attitude like you wouldn't believe. We've nicknamed him Spike Jones because we see him every time we go. But this little dude, you hit the rattling horns, he's standing there in 5-10 seconds. You don't know where he comes from either. He's just there. You're like, what's up, Spike? And, I mean, he comes in ready to fight. It don't matter how big they are. He comes in ready. And he's a little bitty dude, too.
I had a doe and her fawn come through about 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. Came right underneath me, and he had I mean, he was this year's fawn because she stopped and he went up and tried to suck on her, you know, and he had it wasn't broke through the skin or anything, but probably had 2-inch nubs sticking up. But normally, I always thought that this time of year that those does usually run especially the button bucks that they have, run them off, you know. But he was right there with her, and but yeah, I don't know. I one of our safety director for my company hunts probably 6 or 7 miles north up around Breckenridge, and he said all week long, all last weekend and this week, said they've been going crazy. Said bucks running, you know, chasing does. They've been rattling deer up and everything else.
So it's kind of spotty, huh?
Yeah, I guess that. I mean.
Well, I was listening to Dudley's podcast today with Joe Rogan, and he said that he thought the rut was intense for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I'd probably say
you're looking at end of November before it really dies down.
Yeah, but then
they'll have the second
rut,
and then not every doe will be bred or stick, and then they'll have it again. I've seen bucks chasing does in the last week of February
without horns.
Hard. No, he had horns.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been hunting, and I did shoot an indoor tournament here a week or two ago, and but shot a little indoor practice with Julie and Vince. And, Vince, that brings it to you. How did your practice go?
Have you lost weight? Your face looks skinnier or something.
Your head looks smaller. Your head looks smaller. Not the rest of you, but your head looks a little smaller.
Get that up there by your lips. Don't do that.
Hey, it ain't your
Move
microphone.
the mic up there.
It's not your microphone.
Yeah.
Hey, just use it.
Kind of angle it towards your mouth. There you go.
Yeah. Oh,
really?
Yeah.
I still can't hear him.
You may touch the end.
We go through this every time. Year and a half. You still haven't figured out how to use microphone. Go ahead. Check.
Check.
Mic check.
Mic check.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
there you
better.
go.
Check mic. You got to get me a Mr. Microphone. Remember those? You that old?
You'd sound just the same.
Mr. Microphone.
You was probably about
Dan.
20 when that came out.
35 years ago.
How's your new bow? You got a new bow?
No, I do not.
I thought you had a new bow.
No, I don't have a new bow.
Have
Huh?
you got a used bow that's new to you?
I'm borrowing one.
Does it look like a
It's
green
on loan.
hornet
It's on loan right now.
from the Bob Father?
I'm playing with it, see if I like it.
What brand is that?
Green.
Green is a brand?
It is.
It's also a color.
It's funny, huh?
Is there any other letters on it? There's a Y and a T.
No.
No, there is, I guess.
Why?
No comment.
Did
Jury's still out.
Did we refer to it as the Green Hornet?
2. The Green Hornet 2.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
It rides better.
It's almost like a secret, isn't it?
It rides better than the Green Hornet did, though.
Well, you don't want that bow back, do you? Let's just say it's tainted now.
It's got DNA on it.
I got pictures when Vic's Archeries was still open when I ordered that. What was that, a Pro Elite?
No.
Vantage.
Vantage Elite.
Was it
Vantage
Elite?
Plus.
Vantage
Oh.
Elite Plus.
It was, yeah.
In
Spirals
green.
with
I was
They only
standing.
know because every
I was-
one of you owned it.
It was a Vantage Elite before I got it. Then it was a Vantage Elite Plus.
Plus Vince.
I don't know. I don't know.
Vinny went up to shop whenever it was there, and I hadn't got there yet. And Vicky let him take it out of the box and ride it like a pony and take pictures. So I told her to send it back, and I sold it. I sold it to Bob. I don't think I even put anything on it.
Now I know why it was so cheap.
And why it smelled so bad.
Yeah. So, what about you, Pib?
Oh, man.
Hey, we skipped over Vinny. He's been hunting a lot.
Yeah, he has.
We're going to talk about that, aren't we? In that
Vinny's been sitting in a tree a lot.
Let's see what Pib did, and then we'll
That's
go back.
about it.
and
I
talk about it.
actually went and shot a 3D last weekend.
People are still shooting
Yeah.
3Ds.
Saw that.
What in the heck?
It was $1,000 first place.
And it is
you win it?
800 degrees.
No, we got
still.
second.
Oh, Did
What's second pay?
Camp and Monaco win it again?
Nope.
Who did?
Some local guys out there. They were ready for us, shooting alpha burners at like 3:30.
They cheat? Did you see him actually shoot?
No, they shot. You shot 40 targets, and then they zeroed your scores.
Every 3D shoot, there's a cheater.
You shot 40 targets. They zeroed your scores, and 5 teams made the shoot off. So
How many teams were there? 6?
14 or 15.
Really?
Yeah.
4.
Who was on your team?
Me and Willie Schrader Jr.
And you beat Camp?
They
didn't show up?
They weren't there.
Because they heard you and Willie were going to be there?
I don't know.
How many
I doubt
target-
that.
how many
Camp was
targets?
in Florida on his honeymoon.
Oh, yeah. That was dumb.
How many targets in the shoot-off?
5.
5?
5 targets in the shoot-off. Highest arrow scored. And we got beat by 112.
Wow.
So, but we had fun still. $75 a piece. So
Could have been at 500.
it could have been. It was last year. And I've been doing a little hunting.
Yeah.
And I've been shooting a little indoor here at the house. And that's about it.
Okay, well,
This is exciting.
let's talk about hunting.
He's getting ready to drop the thunder.
Oh, since we're talking about hunting, I killed a coyote the other night.
It isn't fur bearer season yet.
Yeah, do I need to cut that out? Is it legal?
I'm not sure it is.
I think it is.
I think it is.
Is it?
too. Yeah. I think you can start after turkey season. You can kill
He's
them.
got the
Yeah.
target right
Okay.
there.
I had
There's
Pip
his
thinking,
coyote
though.
target.
I know coons aren't,
No.
but coyotes, I think.
Bobcats aren't either.
Bobcats aren't either.
I think coyotes are just shut down during turkey season, maybe. Something
That's
like
a great
that.
time to kill them, too, because they stalk right up on your decoys.
Yep. Maybe I better look while you
Then
guys
they
are
die
talking.
of lead poisoning.
I may have to cut that
They don't
out
shoot them. They just fall over dead.
so Pib doesn't get kicked out of the ASA.
But I'd
He
shoot
can't
one,
get
too.
kicked out for doing his civic duty.
Hey, there was almost 2 of them went down.
No.
No, I hung
In
a
case
new-
you're wondering what that voice is, that's James. James Forbes.
I hung a newsstand across the street at the neighbor's place. And
Does he know that?
Does he know?
Yeah, he knows.
Is he dog missing?
No,
No.
no, and it was pretty cool because I
Never seen a coyote with a collar. God.
got up in the stand and
Spotted.
looked down on the other neighbor's property, and they were headed north. And I tried to call them in, and they kind of turned around and looked at me and for a minute or two, and then they kept going. Well, I quit paying attention, and I guess they went up and hung a right and come down the fence line of the property I was on, coming from the north back to me, headed south. And as soon as he stepped past that tree, booyah.
Yeah.
And then the other one ran up to where he was, and I thought, well, I'll get you too.
Yeah. I had one come through last year and drew back on it. It was just kind of a little nice, little easy trot. And I thought, I'll just, whistle at it, get it to stop. It went from 1 mile an hour to 100 mile an hour right after my whistle.
I didn't whistle this one. I just went.
Yeah. I've been told that you can bark at them and they'll get them to stop, but I went ahead and shot at that one. My arrow's out there someplace.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Glanced off the hard ground, frozen ground, and
Saw a lot of chasing this weekend.
I had 1 buck chase.
Titty bar?
I've outgrown that, Vince.
Did your arrows
Whatever.
have?
You just haven't been invited lately.
Did your arrows have drug, poison, chemical, or explosive on them?
No.
Poisons, tranquilizing drugs, chemicals, or explosives?
Nicotine.
Nope.
Were you in a motor-driven conveyance?
Nicotine.
Did you molest the
I
coyote?
don't know. What would you call that? Oak Carlo or Oak Camino or
Camino.
Did you use an artificial light?
no.
Were you in a public roadway?
No.
Is Quick Trip's parking lot considered a public
No.
roadway?
No.
Okay.
It's private property.
I think you're okay. I think you're okay. You can't hunt them from, I think, April 1st until the start of turkey season.
From April 1st to April 2nd. Other than that, kill them.
So, besides that, you're good.
Good job, Pip.
Good. I don't have to do any editing.
Thanks for doing your civic duty.
So,
I'd have done her twice if he'd held still.
I thought we were talking about killing coyotes.
so what do you guys? I mean, let's steal something from the girls here. What do you guys think about everybody switching bow companies?
I could care less.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting to watch.
Jeff Hopkins is
It
the
has
one that's
no effect on me.
That's one that really didn't really surprise me, but he's been with Matthews a long time. He was with Bear before Matthews, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what he started with.
Has he ever said where he's going?
I haven't heard anything yet.
Yeah.
You know what? Everybody's got on that bandwagon about, they're treating their people so bad, all these loyal people. Well, we don't know what the conversation was. We don't know, so I'm not going to pass judgment on what that company does.
It's
never stopped you before.
The ratings will really go up on this podcast if you will pass judgment right now.
Do you think? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what went on, so I really can't speak to it.
Well, you saw on group the other day, I put out there that I saw the newest Matthews employee still doing Elite commercials. Well,
but that's
normal.
It's going to be that way till next year.
And
so, because
that's still just rumor.
That's not official at all. So it's officially unofficial.
I saw where Henry Bass and Paige Gore.
Yeah,
she made the move from PSE to Bowtech.
Bowtech making moves.
Yeah, they're coming to the plate with some money, from what I hear.
Yeah.
So what I'm getting from Matthews, not from Matthews, but about the whole Matthews deal.
You get some stuff from Matthews. You went back to Matthews again.
No. The way I'm taking it is they cut shooters' money.
Oh,
like travel money and entry fees and stuff like that.
I have heard that. But
so,
they have not cut my travel money yet.
But I also know somebody who just got on with them, so doesn't get any travel money.
You weren't supposed to tell everybody I did that yet.
As much as you and him was that close.
As much as we want to think that competitive archery and stuff, people are really watching it, and our small group of friends does watch it,
watches it.
How much really do people who buy Matthews bows really pay attention to that much? Now,
the competitive side,
if it's a hunting bow with Lee and Tiffany or something like that, I don't even know if they're still with Matthews.
Well, if you look at it from this perspective, I'm very sure that if that rumor becomes true and that Levi does go there, it's for big money, and it probably has more to do with their RE. They're looking at it from their return on investment will be through his hunting show.
Excuse me.
I mean, the tournament part will do him some good, but
right, and he's chasing the Super Slam right now.
Yes, so when he does that, that's how many millions of dollars of advertising for them.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Well, hang on, Jack's dying over there. Hang on, there he comes.
When he went to Elite,
he sold a lot of bows for Elite.
Do you think he sold them through his hunting show or through the tournaments?
Tournaments, what got it?
That's what I think too.
Yeah.
Because they were a pretty good, well-established hunting bow,
right?
Already,
and he may still be with Elite. All this is
could be.
All this is allegedly.
So, at this point,
I think it's unlike the presidential election last night. I think we can go ahead and call it, but we won't.
We're going to wait a half hour, and then we're going to watch everybody have a meltdown.
5% of the votes in.
We're going to watch people have a meltdown. It's fun.
Joby Shaw and Alex Wiffler went to PSE?
Yeah, I know Alex went to PSE. I don't know for sure where Joby went.
Joby did go to PSE. I saw him post a picture with Carbon Air.
That'd probably do it.
So
if it wasn't for sure now.
How hard is it for you guys this time of year to go back and forth between your hunting bows and your target bows? And do you even shoot your hunting bows that much, or do you mostly just shoot your target bow and then?
Are you asking me?
No, I'm not
Okay,
asking
good.
you or I either one.
Okay, good. 'Cause I was going to tell
I'm
you.
asking the three professionals. They're like the three. They're like the three Sopranos, but they're the three.
Why are you throwing
professionals.
Vinny in there?
He's a pro.
Look at him. He can stare like.
What
he's not
say
even
you,
paying
Vince?
Come on, Vinny.
I got nothing.
attention. See, told you. He can stare like he's not paying attention, and he's really.
I try
not.
to set them both up as close to, other than poundage, as close to draw length as I can, and feel, and then it don't matter.
I'm just a natural born badass, so it doesn't really matter. I can pick either one up, either handed. I can shoot a right-handed bow, left-handed if I need to. Just
And he can
whatever
still,
I got to do.
no matter which one he's got in his hand, he can't hit that door.
That's right.
So you don't
Behind
have to
his
worry
back.
about it. Well,
I wouldn't want
Does
him
your
shooting
dad
at me.
name start with a J?
My what?
Never mind. So, what about you, Bob?
I never really thought about it. I just shoot one and shoot the other. And
Yeah, I don't think about it too much either.
my problem is I probably don't shoot my hunting bow enough right now because, like this week, I'm on vacation. I'm going hunting, so I'm sitting in a tree all day long. And when I get home, I am not really.
Did you see that?
like a
That was that's some Mr. Miyagi stuff right there. If I ever seen it,
like
you see
a
it? Cat. Pick that fly right out the air.
nice job,
Quickness.
Bob.
And you should have seen me when
Cat-like reflexes.
should have seen me when I was young.
Let's just say he slowed down a little bit.
I'd have got him by one wing.
What about here?
He'd have called it right or left, too. Left wing got him.
But yeah, that's my
wax
problem.
on, wax off.
During hunting season is I don't shoot enough. Unless I just decide I want to shoot at a squirrel or shoot an arrow getting down or something like that. But
Here in Missouri, it's been up to 110 during the day. And,
seems like it.
But now,
until the last few days.
Yeah, now it's getting down in the 30s and going up into the 50s. So, is that going to change your bow any?
Not enough.
No.
Not if I keep the heater on the truck.
See, there's the other pro.
Mine hangs on the hook right here in this heated garage, and it has about a 200-yard walk to quick trip, so no phase there.
Yeah.
200. Jerk. 200 yards.
I got to use break time now.
Break time.
You leave yours hanging outside now, don't you? Upstairs?
Yeah, it's hanging out on the porch.
Have you ever left all your equipment in the tree for the next day?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I did last night. Made it a lot easier going in there, other than my
It
bow.
makes it easier going in, and it makes it quieter going in.
Yeah.
Hey, the part he forgot was he went to a different tree this morning.
Well, no.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
While you're standing there trying to decide whether to leave all your stuff in the tree, you're going, well, what if I want to go to a different tree?
Yeah.
What if
No, that way I made sure that I would go back to that tree and hunt out of it because I should have been in it Monday morning. So the really decent buck that I saw went right by the hedge tree that I wasn't in. So about 10 yards.
Speaking of that, holy crap, did you see that buck kid in Iowa killed?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Wow.
Yeah. Is it?
Never heard what it scored, but they act like it could be.
It was a 30-pointer.
There's a lot of kids killed nice bucks
No, I
this year.
mean, this is
in Missouri
Yep.
even.
this is holy crap. Mel Johnson size.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big.
Who?
Yeah, the guy that's got the world record now.
What's his name?
Mel Johnson, I think. Or something like that.
It's probably Bob Smith.
Not Bob Smith.
I don't know. Remember that guy from Michigan that killed that one year, and it was just completely. Everybody talked about how fake
That
it was.
one
and he
guy
figured-
from Michigan that killed
I
that
can't
one
think of
that
his
1
name.
year.
He's a famous guy.
Milo Hansen?
Milo, no,
not Milo.
That's who I'm thinking.
Milo Hansen's was
Mel
was
Johnson
real.
was longer before.
Yeah.
hole in the horn?
Nope.
Nope.
No, this is the one that was about 3
Yeah.
feet wide, And
they took the picture in the garage. And
yeah, and they thought he broke the skull apart and stretched it and put it in a horn stretcher and all that good
And he
stuff.
just kind of disappeared.
horn stretcher.
He wouldn't let him.
Look at the skull plate.
He wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't let him even X-ray it or anything like that.
Right.
Really?
Yeah. I'll think of it tonight about
Can't
3
think of
o'clock.
his name.
Was it legal?
I think it was legal. I just don't think the deer was who knows whether it was legit or not. So he ended up basically saying that he didn't care whether it was in a record book or not.
And he's killed a lot of big ones, and there's a lot of people that stood up for him. But anyway.
I'm still impressed
Come on,
with
Vince.
in Michigan that one deer that one year.
Xibos.
Like we were supposed to know that. Come on, Jack.
Well, I couldn't think of his
can't
name.
remember.
Or the deer or the year. Now I'm confused. This is awesome.
We'll come up with something to talk about.
Yeah.
And Vinny, tell us about your last experience in a tree.
My last experience in a tree, well, I got out of the truck and I walked over there. I climbed up.
How far did you walk out of the truck? 'Cause we may be on to something while you're not seeing any deer.
He did get a good place to hunt, though. He could drive almost to the stand and park by a grain bin.
That's not bad,
It's a
then.
good place. I mean, it really
It's
is.
pretty good walk back where I'm at.
I can walk 35 yards and park the truck and be in my tree stand.
I've only got about
Climb up
80
in your tree stand on the street light. Is that what you said?
No. We're at the farm. Where
That would help a lot hunting at night.
No kidding. Where we raise quail and pheasants up at our farm. We have the 18-wheeler trailers parked up there.
So you're hunting on a deer farm.
I can drive right to the edge and park there and literally walk down the hill and get in my tree stand. 35 yards maybe. Yep.
We're doing this wrong.
You are. Really. I hadn't killed anything out of it before. I can still get in it. It's fun to sit there. And it did get chilly last night when you're wearing nothing but your lightweight sunblocker stuff. No shirt, no pants, it's just cold.
You didn't have a shirt on? Did you camo up? Or did you put camo face?
I had the sunblocker stuff.
face paint on?
Face
mask.
He grew his chest and back hair back on since.
Face paint pasties.
I wore my Sasquatch uniform. It's fantastic.
Squatchy.
You guys are awesome.
Well, thank you.
How you been, Bob?
You guys need to talk.
Thanks for dinner,
while I'm
by the
looking
way.
For this dude.
I did see a
Well, you're doing what?
I did
looking
see a
for that
decent
one
deer
dude,
this morning.
Oh,
Don't see him anywhere.
yeah. Tell us about that, Vin.
It walked up there and didn't give me a shot and walked out of my life. That's pretty much the extent of it.
You grunt at it?
I bet your kids love story time.
Damned
didn't
old
they?
timber goats.
They were like, "Hey, great story, Dad." That took all of 26 seconds.
Makes for a great podcast.
There I was.
Naked as a jaybird,
Standing by the beans.
standing by the grain bin, waiting for the buck. Never did see him.
Boogity, boogity.
My wife texted me, "Don't look at."
Too late.
Too late. She already got a free shot. Oh boy!
Radio silence.
Everybody's got their phones out.
No,
I'm
Everybody put their phones up.
Trying to find that deer.
See, that's the
I'll
problem.
find the deer. You guys talk.
You're the talent.
As soon as we start talking, we know what's going to happen. You're going to go, "Oh yeah," but anyway, you're going to right back to where you were.
Oh, and
where
while
you
we're at
picked
it-
up.
before I forget,
Let's see what the girls got here.
Speaking of that, rifle season coming up this weekend.
anybody going?
I'll be there. Bob,
Yes. What?
rifle hunting this weekend.
Yeah, but I haven't decided whether I'm going to take a gun or take my bow.
Now, when you take your bow, you have to buy a rifle tag.
Yeah.
You still have to wear orange.
Flip a coin. How's that deal work?
What do you mean?
Well, after rifle season, if you haven't used your archery tag, you can still use
Kill $2.
$2. Mm-hmm. So you can use your rifle tag as an archery tag after rifle season.
No.
No, you got $2 on your archery tag, but you can only use one before rifle season
Or two after.
or two after.
But if you kill one deer at rifle
It used
season,
to be you could
wipes it
kill
out.
$2 with your
One before and one
yeah,
after.
you still have $2 on your archery tag, but if you kill one during rifle season, it basically voids the second buck. You're only allowed
really?
$2 total.
Yeah.
Yep.
$2 total on any of the tags that
Any
you
of the
buy.
combination.
Any combination of
Yeah.
tags.
Well, you can only kill one with rifle. You can't kill two with rifle.
Right.
Yeah.
You
So,
kill one with the rifle and one with the muzzle.
one with the
over there,
rifle,
right?
one with the bow.
No,
I see that.
no. If you kill one with a rifle, you can't kill one with muzzleloader.
Well,
right.
And there really isn't. I mean, what's muzzleloader now?
Well,
Is it alternative weapons?
It's
alternative
alternative weapons. So because used to,
And now crossbow isn't alternative.
No, crossbow's still alternative.
anything's alternative.
Yeah.
Any, if you throw a rock, and kill him. I guess you could, but no, I think it's out.
Wow.
But But used to, when they call it muzzleloader season, that is one time you couldn't kill one with a bow and tag it with your muzzleloader because it was muzzleloader only.
Right.
And I used to give the conservation agents over home all kinds of fits about that. And then they ended up changing it to alternative methods.
Yeah, why would it make any sense to where you know, if you shot one with a bow, why couldn't you use your muzzleloader tag during season? Because you're making it more difficult by using the bow.
To see, last year during alternative methods season, you could actually kill 3 bucks. If you had not killed anything, you could kill 3 bucks in one day with your bow.
Yep.
You kill your 2 bow and your 1 alternative methods.
Yep.
You know, if you just got lucky enough.
There's been several years I got to fill all 3, not in the same day, but
I was going to try last year. But
alternative methods firearms is December 24th to January 3rd.
Yep. And you got to wear orange even if you're bow hunting during that time, right?
I assume.
Unless you're in city limits.
Doe season is just 3 days this week. This year. December 2nd to December 4th. So our firearms is November 12th through the 22nd, which they took 2 days off of that this year, didn't they? I mean, it used to be 9. They moved it to 11. Now it's back to 9.
Yeah, is it just Saturday to the next Sunday?
Jeez, they change it every freaking year.
They didn't eliminate the doe season this year.
Now, one thing I'm doing this year that is completely legal is I don't have a single tag on me. My tag is my phone.
Mine too.
Yep.
And you just notch it. And I did put some pieces of paper in with some Ziplocs and stuff. And if I have to leave my deer, then you have to put on your name, address, tag number, not your confirmation number, your tag number, and the date taken. And you got to tag your deer with that. You can just write it out on a piece of paper.
So if you shoot your deer,
and if you shoot your deer and you never leave it, you're good. Don't have to tag it.
You going to stand there beside it all day, or are you going to go get your truck?
Exactly. So, if you're using your phone, you got to notch your tag, and then you got to take a piece of paper. If you haven't printed your tags out, you got to take a piece of paper and write your name, address, the tag number you used, and the date taken, and then put it on.
And then go get your truck.
What if you don't notch it? What if you go get your truck first?
If you don't, does it count if you call home from Quick Trip?
Yeah. If you don't recover your deer, like if you shoot it and it runs off, and you go get your truck, then you're fine. But if you go follow your deer and you find it and recover it, then you've got to put your tag on it if you leave it. So.
Sounds like hair splitting to me.
Yeah. And after you notch the tag and get your confirmation number, then you can give the deer to anybody you want. But they have to have your name, address, confirmation number, date taken on it. So. Maybe some more stuff. You better look it up.
I wonder how many people are going to mess that up this year.
A bunch.
I don't know.
I don't think it's going to matter. I don't think there'll be. I mean, to me, if you tag it, take the deer, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you got till 10 o'clock at night to notch it, and it's getting dark at 5 now. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rookie move.
To me, it's just. They still ought to give you some type of weatherproof paper if they're going to make you tag one.
Yeah.
You know, it just.
I mean, technically, if you have your phone, you don't leave it. I mean, I don't know. There's surely got to be some way. I would say here, one of these days, they're going to say, don't even worry about putting a piece of paper on it. If you find your deer, you got your phone. How about if I got my phone, I snap a picture of the deer and notch the tag, and then I don't have to tag it.
You can champion that cause.
Because if you're using your phone. If you're using your phone, why not just do that?
That's coming, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So how many people you think are going to leave their phone laying there with the deer because they don't have a piece of paper?
Right. But
then they're hunting without a license because they ain't got a deer tag.
Who's carrying their tape measures with them and stuff this year?
Tape measure.
Yep.
Always do. Always.
To kill a doe, you got to measure from, the eye to the nose?
On a doe?
Mm-hmm.
If you
kill a buck, you got to measure the circumference of the rack.
That's on the check. They want to know the difference from the eye to the nose and, 1.5 inches up from the base. They want circumferences.
I'll be darned.
Yep.
Circle just around one of the horns, or
Demanding, aren't they?
Yeah, just one, I think.
It's probably got to do with the whole CWD and how the herd health is.
I guess.
What age classes survive?
We're definitely not. We definitely still don't have the deer that we used to.
No, but if they want all this stuff,
But
they need to open back up the check stations.
That's something we probably ought to think about. Is get a hold of a conservation agent and interview him.
Right?
Are you kidding? We may all end up in jail.
That would be a great podcast.
Vincent's over here.
What's your name? Do I have to answer that?
Well,
James Tiberius Frazier.
it would be.
Tiberius.
I was going to go.
Forbes. He's not here.
I was going to go coyote hunting up at Smithville one time, and I called the conservation agent because the hides on a coyote are worth about $1, but they need to be thinned out. But you also have wanton waste laws, which really applies to edible meat, is what it really.
Right.
And you're not going to eat a coyote. You can, but I'm not going to. So I called the conservation agent before I went up there, and I said, hey, I kind of laid it out like that, there's wanton weight. And he goes, are you asking me if you shoot a coyote, can you just throw it in the ditch and leave it? And I said, yeah, that's basically what I'm asking you. And he said, yeah, you can.
Just
because the hide's not worth anything.
And I mean,
and I know a lot of people are going to have a problem with that because if you shoot something, you should use it,
I think a lot of it is not cut and dried. It's up to the discretion of the game warden.
Yeah.
The last 2 or 3 that I killed, you
How
wouldn't
he
even got
interprets
$1
the
out
law.
of them. They were mangy. They were nasty.
Not this and I shot.
Is it good?
He made a pretty coat.
What?
Is it in the freezer? I didn't think so. Why waste the time?
They already made stew out of it. But
And it was going. This is going downhill now.
Yeah.
I did miss a turkey the other day, too.
Did you?
Yep, that was pretty exciting.
Missed your glass or an actual turkey?
An actual turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, I was coming out of the neighbor's driveway.
Why does every story start like that? I was on the neighbors.
I was slipping out of the area.
And he was standing on the curb in my front yard.
I was hiding behind a tree waiting for my neighbor to drive out of his driveway so I could go across his property.
Hey, buddy, can you roll your window down?
Jim said I bounced an arrow off the street.
Was it a Tom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. 47 yards. And then he saw me draw. And I guessed he went out to about 50, and he must have went a little further because I just went right underneath him.
I had been seeing several turkeys up at the farm. No young ones, but there was about 11 hens. And then Tuesday at about 11 o'clock, there was 6 big gobblers walking by the hedge tree.
Yeah.
And you weren't in it.
I wasn't in it. Damn the bad luck.
But you can see, see the hedge tree from where you were?
Mm-hmm. Though I think I'm going to take this one stand down because every time I get in it, a deer looks at me, and then I can see I'm about 46 yards from the hedge tree, farther up on top of the ridge, and I always see the deer that walk by the hedge tree. So,
yeah.
The other day,
you know what you should do?
Yeah, I need to get my hind end on the hedge
No.
Plant a new hedge tree.
No, we need to buy you a mannequin just to set in that tree up further up the ridge. That way, then you go get in the hedge tree.
There, Vinny's volunteering to be the mannequin.
He usually uses me as a mannequin.
Yeah. But I had the first deer I saw this year, Monday morning, this doe come busting up out of the timber and had this pretty decent 8-point, probably 120-inch 8-point behind it. She comes over and gets on this path, walks right down underneath me, right to the, right on behind. Vinny's tired. And this little buck comes up there, and he starts on the same path. Well, I'm trying to decide whether or not to shoot him or not. He's got some stickers sticking out on the back. He walks at about 15 yards, stops, and looks straight up at me. And just stares a hole through me, and then he starts kind of stomping around, and he goes off to the north and around, and this doe's already off to the west of me. And he gets off down there, and he's acting stupid, trying to figure out what I was. Well, then the spike comes up there. He was behind them all. He comes up there, gets on that same path, walks right underneath me, doesn't look up, nothing. The doe and that spike both went through. Well, they get on over there, and that spike starts sticking his head out. Well, it drives that 8-pointer nuts then, because that
He couldn't
spike
stand it.
Yeah, so he starts coming up there. Well, I'd already talked myself in. I was going to shoot him since he looked up at me. And he comes around there and he runs through the only open spot I had. He runs through it, so I couldn't get him to stop or anything. And he runs over there and runs the spike off and then
boo.
went on. But I mean, and the doe, she looked like a fairly good sized doe too. So usually those are the ones that'll look up at you. But I don't know what it is. When I got down and left, I got in that path about where he was at and turned around and see if he would silhouette me. And I had several trees tops behind me and stuff, so he really shouldn't have been able to silhouette me. But boy, he sure looked up at me. And like I said, I didn't move at all.
Yeah, I got busted by a doe the other morning. She didn't smell me or nothing. I mean, I caught movement out of the corner of my eye. She's probably 50 yards out through the timber. And I didn't know she was looking back my way already. So I just kind of leaned forward a little bit and raised my binoculars up to my eyes. And when I did that, she was like, gone.
Yeah.
So she was already looking at me.
Nice.
So,
I didn't know if the urban deer would act like that or not.
oh, yeah.
Do they? Yeah,
The urban deer.
Urban deer.
that's what they call them, isn't it? That's what they call them in Columbia. Anyway, I've got several friends down there that hunt what they call the urban deer. I mean, the one guy said he felt real funny. He shot this one and he blood trailed it through across about 4 different real nice houses, backyards, right on over. And one guy saw him and says, "No, he's over here." Got out and went and helped
Really?
him. Yeah.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah. Said that when he hollered at him, he said, I thought, oh, crap, I'm in trouble. That guy's going to go off on me. He goes, no, you... Because he said I was doing little zigzag, little circles. All
right.
And right before he died, I guess he made a quick right-hand turn just right down in the little bit of brush there.
Well, that was cool.
The guy said, I sat in there drinking my coffee. He said, I seen this buck come running down through there. And he says, I noticed he had some red on his side. He says, somebody killed that deer, And then pretty soon I saw him come along there and he got out there.
Shoot, yeah.
Went and helped him. So
Yeah, I could have went a totally different direction.
yeah. Sure could have. If it'd been me, that'd been bad.
I guarantee it.
I was getting pretty disheartened until today because all I've been seeing is dinks, And they've been chasing and whatever. And I was walking in. When was it? Sunday afternoon. Ran into my neighbor.
You were on
He
his
was out.
property.
He was
said,
out.
I see you behind the tree.
He was out burning leaves.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I'm not here.
Not me.
He
Give
was
me a
like,
second. I'm going to take my trash can in, and you can go ahead and hunt. So,
one time I was sitting in a stand.
I see the cigarette smoke
And the guy,
behind the tree.
and this guy backs his little Toyota pickup out of his garage and drives off.
You were standing there fully exposed.
Crap! No, this little 6-pointer comes walking up the side of his house and sticks his head in the guy's garage and looks around like, oh, what's in there?
How damn close were you hunting to his garage?
Oh, it was probably 100 yards from it.
Damn it, he left the lid on the dog food.
yeah.
But I ran into Tom down there, and he was like, get them all. He said he's been seeing a couple good ones down there. And, of course, when neighbor tells you that, you're like, okay, now what's a good one to you?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I finally got a picture of him on trail cam.
Hey, he's pretty good.
I probably won't shoot him, but I hope Barb does.
I might start hunting this week. Season's still open.
Have we inspired you?
I've had a little burr up my butt. I'm not going to lie.
For how long?
A little bit.
Little bit.
Little burr.
A little bit and not very long. You explain those.
It depends on if it's a cuckleburr
Freaking
or a
tumbleweed.
sandburr.
It's a cuckleburr.
It's a prick. I
No,
know
you
that.
act like it's a tumbleweed.
I know.
I'm shutting up now.
It'll be all right.
Hey, at least you're laughing about it now.
It's like,
Well, it's not worth getting my mom upset fighting with different family members. So
You just need to tell her, Mom, they're all idiots, not me. She might believe
So
you.
I have chosen
You are her favorite since you're the youngest.
to I know none of them will even be back in the woods after gun season. So I've chosen to wait until after gun season, and then.
But what about before gun season?
I don't know.
That's before they get in there and screw it up.
He's actually better, and I'll agree with him on this. He's better if he waits till afterwards, because before gun season, up until the night before, you got to be working on your tree stand.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
done with it now. But
they have built the Taj Mahal down there.
He come driving in,
lights
on Sunday
carpet,
at noon on
stained glass
Sunday,
windows,
right by my son and I's deer stand.
And right
while you're in the stand,
was it the one looking toward the field?
I would have said,
and
Mom, I don't know how.
Where's the common courtesy of, hey, are you hunting today?
No,
or?
right by. He's literally talking from here to your door, where the tree is off the road.
Right.
It's 20 feet at the most.
Not off a road in the
field
road
road.
in the field.
A
Yeah.
4-wheeler road.
Did he look up and wave as he went by?
I got down and talked to him, and it's like, dude. Well, I've got this old field, and it's grown up, and we've cut places in it and put food plots.
We put hours in that place,
and it's the trees now are getting to be anywhere from inch diameter to 3 or 4 inch diameter in some of them, maybe.
And they're 20, 30 feet tall.
And 20, 30 feet tall, and it's brushy. And
it's
the deer,
perfect.
Deer love it. And he said, I'm going to have a guy come in here with a bobcat and clear this whole field off and plant it.
What?
And I said, what do you want to do that for? And he said, haven't you seen all those hunting shows on TV? They have those big alfalfa and clover and all that field. And
yeah, but you ain't going to make that field 46 times bigger than what it is.
The way we have it now is you've got what would you shoot your buck out last year? 40 yards?
40.
The most you can shoot across
50.
the food plot is 45 yards.
45 to 50, yeah.
And I don't think there's even a 50. It's 45.
And lengthwise, it's probably the same.
Yeah.
Maybe 40, 45.
And so it's perfect. They got this.
And then there's a bunch of trees in the middle that's grown up and just gnarly, and everybody that hunts there says you can hear the deer running in there.
Yeah.
And then there's about the exact same thing on the other side, but it's
they
probably
feel comfortable in
80,
there.
85 yards long.
So I got one 2-man stand for my son looking down a long
and he's
food
decided
plot.
that he's going to hunt it?
And then there's another food plot where I call Gary's stand. That's where he killed his buck. And then up on the hill in the timber, on the ridge, where the bucks run the ridge a lot, I've got another 2-man stand. And so 80 yards.
And we have our railroad set over there.
80 yards from from the stand set that Gary killed his buck out of, in the field, he's built an elevated platform and put one of those redneck hunting blinds on it. And that's where he's said he's going to hunt during gun season. And so now
it's within arrow shot from my stand.
I could give a crap less about gun season, but now that Josiah didn't kill anything during youth season, I've got to figure out a way, someplace to go, because we're going to be in a crossfire. Wherever I sit, I'm going to be able to see his tree stand in Josiah's 2-man stands. And it's
How many acres you got?
Got 140.
And
where'd he hunt before?
Well, no, see, the problem is his brother hunts on the other side.
He hunted in a great spot that we call the
box,
sugar camp. It's got sugar maples in it. They used to make maple syrup. I remember when I was a kid, they had those big old cast iron deals they put in the ground, and it was, we called it the sugar camp because that's where they went and made maple syrup and stuff. And he had that, killed a lot of deer out of it, and then just all of a sudden he got a burr up his ass like I do now, and decided he was going to go down there. And
was it because we had all those pictures and I killed a pretty good buck out of there?
I don't even know if he knows you killed a deer out of there last year.
Well, I'm sure John showed him.
Is there a
But-
stand
wait a
at
minute,
Sugar
wait a minute.
Camp?
You know what? It doesn't matter if you killed a deer out of there last year or not, because I can show on my hunt app that I haven't killed a deer off that property since 2011.
I know.
And I'm picky.
who owns it?
We all own it.
So you have
3
a
of
voice.
3 of them.
Yes, but
This goes back to not upsetting the 85-year-old mom.
yeah,
And this is your brother?
My brother-in-law. It'll cause a big stink, and he'll get mad, and then it'll get back to my mom, and it's not worth it to me. Killing a deer is not worth it to me. I'm gonna let him have it for gun season, and then I'll go in there after gun season. Part of me may be going Friday and sitting in Gary's stand and hoping I can shoot a deer right in front of his blind
And
the
gut
day-
it right there.
the day before opening day, and then drag it out in front of his tree camera. I think he's got a camera down there somewhere.
I can tell you how to fix him.
Hang the testicles on his window.
Mm-mm. go buy you that great big economy-sized box of Tide and just scatter Tide all over the whole field.
Yeah, like I said, it's not worth it. It's. I haven't hunted. I was off for 2 weeks, and between that and it being 80 degrees, I didn't even go get in a tree stand one time. So I've been having a little pity party, I'll admit. But
I've been kind of
how many times?
I've been kind of wondering about this because before season we were like, we're going to do a little mini podcast from the tree stand, and I've been waiting and I ain't seen them.
Yeah, I've been pissed. That's how it goes when you own land
don't
without
say.
uncle.
We got.
You're wasting that beard.
But you know what?
Hey,
Here's the bright side of that.
And I was supposed to be on vacation this week, the best week of the season to hunt, and I went back to work.
Yeah,
Here's the best part of the at least you got a place to go.
I know. That's why I shouldn't bitch too much.
I tell you what.
You know,
the day we were up there and started cleaning that brush to get the camp back, I knew he was happy to be there, but in a bad mood,
right?
weren't you?
I don't know. Was I?
Yeah. It was your mood. You tell me.
I like my camp too.
But I tell you,
went up yesterday.
We got a lot done.
I went up on election day and I made my land payment. I got to make my land payment once a year. I went up and made my land payment, and then I went over to that campground because I left a cooler with soda and adult beverages in it, and
Gatorade and Cokes.
And-
or RCs, I'm sorry.
and
Was it still there?
snack size Snickers.
Those were in there too?
Yeah. Yeah, and it had been up there for like a week, but the
Zima.
water was still cold, so everything was still good in it.
You
So,
still drink those Seagram's wine coolers?
Yeah.
He's almost down to his last case
Anyway.
he keeps in the basement.
This is going nowhere fast. So, anyway, we got a little contest going on.
How are we doing on that, by the way?
We're starting to get quite a few reviews. So if you go to leave a review on iTunes, search for BOWDUDES podcast. Don't search for the BOWDUDES. I don't think it comes up. Search for BOWDUDES podcast. You'll see the Outdoor Podcast channel, and you'll see our logo pop up. Click on our logo and leave us a review. You'll have to be signed in you have to have an iTunes account to do that, which you can have an iTunes account whether you are on an Apple or whether you're on a PC. It doesn't matter. But if you leave us one, when we get to 50, we're going to be drawing for what, Gary?
A 64-ounce Arctic bottle.
It's a tumbler, right?
No.
It's a bottle?
It's an Arctic bottle that is matte black with a big BOWDUDES logo on it.
Okay, what do those retail for?
It depends. Finish like that.
What would a Yeti retail for?
Oh, a Yeti like that's $89.99 without anything done to it.
Yeah.
The Arctics are either $39 or $49, and then you have to pay to have it powder coated,
So it's about $50.
logo made, and all that stuff. It's
Right.
yeah, $50, $60.
It's about $50. Let me read one from R. Summers. Must be Rodney Summers. I'm so happy to have you guys back again. However, your old shows went missing on my phone. Is there any way to get them back? Keep up the good work, Rodney. The old shows also went missing on my wife's computer when it crashed. So
I've got them all on a hard drive.
You do? Dang it. Thanks, Gary.
Now you just made him have to work.
I didn't say I was giving them out. I said I got them.
We could do that. We could put old shows up, and then we wouldn't have to record for a while during hunting season.
You are always looking for a way out.
I know it. So anyway, go on iTunes and leave us a review when we get to 50.
What
So-
are you worried about it being hunting season? You went to work.
I know. Everybody's coming up to me going, "You're on vacation this week. What are you doing here?" I think I pissed some people off because they probably want it on the calendar. But oh well.
Man, I've been working all week. All I can think is about, it's frosty this morning. It's cold. I need to be in a stand. Why am I working?
I noticed when I was putting stuff on Group Me, I'm hunting. The only one that answered me is Vince, and he's hunting. Everybody else, I said, man, they must be just mad because they got to be working.
One of my big problems at work, it was working today. Sometimes I had to hit it 2 or 3 times to get it to work, but Sprint sucks. Sprint's hometown of Kansas City, and you suck, Sprint. I guess there goes our Sprint sponsorship.
Yeah, I had them on the
You
hook.
had 'em? Dang it.
They were knocking on our door,
Dang.
Jack. Damn it.
I'm not going to call out my other person tonight. I changed my mind.
Huh?
I'm not
Okay.
going to call out the other person I told you about.
All right.
I'm going to hold off on
So
that.
anyway, go leave us a review when we get to 50. So you got a 1 in 50 chance.
Yep.
We get to 50, we'll do that, and then after that, we'll come up with something else, something bigger and better. It's
What
just
are
gonna
we
get-
at now?
It's going to get bigger and better.
There's 1 in 2 chance we're going to lie and say we gave it away, and one of us will be using it.
I think we have a
Never
green,
really know about that.
I think we have a green elite coming up.
How many?
Huh?
How many reviews do we have now?
13.
Really?
Yeah.
And we're going to go to 50?
We're going to go to 50.
Do you want to?
Hell, it may be 4 years before we get this thing away.
Shouldn't we do it before it's obsolete and there's something else better out?
Well, we might. we might change our mind before then. We'll see. But we'd really love to get to 50. That would help us out a lot. Help us get recognized on iTunes, moved up in the charts, and people would start listening. And so,
And feel free to start paying for this crap, too, if y'all want to pay for it. We'll take money, too.
that being said, we're sorry for this podcast not being very good tonight. We will be prepared next week because Gary's going to come up with a topic. So unless you want to send us a topic, if you do want to send us a topic, wait a minute, Gary. Hold on. How can they send us a topic?
They can send it to you on Facebook.
I deactivated my Facebook account today,
I know that's
which
why I
is going to
said
be a
that.
problem because I'm going to have to get back on Facebook, I think.
It almost sounds like we were flirting with disaster when that come in.
Did it?
Wait a second. Pib, you said something I said about trying to decide whether to hunt with a gun or a bow, and you said you had a way for me to decide that.
You flip
What
a
was
coin.
it?
Just flip a coin.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it was pretty simple.
That's scientific.
I'm glad.
Very scientific. You got a 50% chance every time.
I'm glad it was that simple because after I'm an idiot and I stayed up and watched the election until 2 o'clock in the morning, and then my alarm went off at 3:30 a.m. So
That was your own fault.
I'm
And
running
you worked.
an hour and a half sleep.
Hey, on
No, I
Facebook, you can look us up, the BOWDUDES. On Twitter, it's...
Do you want me to go get the
No, just
sign
tell me
for
what
you,
it is.
Gary?
Just tell me what it is. It's the BOWDUDES. It's at BOWDUDES.
You can find us Facebook, The BOWDUDES. Twitter is at BOWDUDES. Instagram is at The BOWDUDES. The BOWDUDES podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, email us some topics.
Gary, why don't you see if you can get us an optometrist to sponsor our show?
We'd all use them, I guarantee you.
Email us some topics, and the show will get a lot better. We promise.
We had a dentist, but he was in the
We're
Army
running
or
out of
something,
things
and
to-
he moved.
We're running out of things to
Lewis?
talk about.
Who?
Oh. Yeah, he's a dentist. We'll figure it out. I'll let
The
you
hell
know
are you
next week.
talking
I'll let
about?
you know next week.
I don't know.
See ya.
We
We're
apologize for this.
stupid.
See ya.
I thought I heard some cowbell in that.
You heard bicycle.
Bicycle?
I think you've lost weight. Good.
Really?
I think you've lost weight.
Only on
Shut
your
up and shoot.
Only in your
If he
head.
turns around, you'll find it.
All right.
See you,
ya.
Bunny
See ya.
Papers.